Hello, Degens. Welcome to Degenerate Takes MLB Postseason Wild Card Weekend. That's a long fucking title. I'm sorry, I couldn't come up with anything else. I, of course, am the Brofect1 AJ. Joining me, as always, is the man with the numbers, sportsbook whisperer, college basketball guru, daddy of the diamond, the king of the links, the money train, Mr. Noah Engelbretson. And before I ask you how you're doing, Noah, I want to remind the DGens to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that we can quit our day jobs and do this full time. So please help us out. Noah, how the hell you doing, bub?
I'm doing great as always, AJ. Come on.
Dude,
We're good.
hell
We
yeah.
love it. We're good. We got
Dude,
so much going on sports wise. Life's good. We love watching everything. And
NBA,
hell
NHL
yeah.
preseason, MLB postseason, NFL, college football. Bro, we are so fucking busy. I can barely keep my head on straight, but somehow, some way, I still find time.
It's October.
It's October. It's the best time of the fucking year.
Best month of the year. If you are a diehard sports fan, you know that October is the best month of the year.
Oh, the 4 sport parlays are the fucking best. But Noah, today specifically, we are talking about the madness that is the MLB postseason with this new wildcard format, 12 teams instead of 10, 3-game series, all back-to-back games. Third game if necessary, obviously. The team with the better record has home field advantage for all 3 games. Bro, what a time to be alive. You want to start AL or you want to start NL? Where do you want to go?
Doesn't matter to me.
All right, let's go ahead and start in the NL because the NL is where I have 2 teams that couldn't even dream of making the postseason this year. So let's go ahead and start with Philadelphia and St. Louis. Noah, I mean, both of them have been pretty strong programs. Philly started off a little weak in the beginning of the season, but definitely found their stride before the All-Star break and continued that into the rest of the year. The Cardinals, I mean, what can I say about the NL Central that no one's been said before? It was really the Cardinals division to lose, in my opinion. But what are your thoughts on this division? How many games and who's going to win this whole thing?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I think the Cardinals are going to win this. Shout out to the Phillies for making the playoffs, I guess, and in a almost decade-long drought.
Yeah.
So good on them for that. But I'm going to say the Phillies take a game in this series, push it to 3, but I'm going Cardinals 2-1.
Yeah, absolutely. Give me the Cardinals, and I think they win the opener. The Phillies win the second game, and then the Cardinals finish it off Sunday at home. God, if there are game 3s on Sunday with NFL football, I am so excited for those freaking parlays. But St. Louis's pitching, in my opinion, has been a lot more consistent than the Phillies has. And so shout out to St. Louis. And the winner of that will go on to play the Braves. We will have more coverage on that when we get closer to the divisional series round. Moving on to the next NL wildcard spot. You got the Padres going up against a team that dropped a 10.5 game lead to end up relegated from first place to the wild card, that being the Padres going to the New York Mets. Noah, I mean, I hate the Mets. It's a shame that the Mets can't lose every game of the year, but I got to admit, when I'm wrong, they got a hell of a team. The Mets have a hell of a rotation. They got hella bats on there. I mean, I am looking for a reason to bet against the Mets, especially against this Padres team, but I cannot find a reason. Noah, can you enlighten me, hopefully, to a reason to bet against the Mets?
No, it's Mets
Damn
2-0
it!
because well, you know who they're pitching in these 2 games is Scherzer and
Scherzer and
DeGrom.
DeGrom,
So
and that's fucking game over. I mean, yeah, that's such
yeah,
a dirty one,
you
too.
got
That is so dirty.
right, and this is why, despite the Mets losing the division to the Braves, I'm still not worried because every series they're going to have Scherzer and DeGrom pitching in. So, yeah, they take care of the Padres 2-0, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they make quick
And
work.
get
They
that
don't play Sunday.
and yep, get that extra day of rest.
Might as well. Might as well. Especially in the baseball postseason. You don't have a lot of rest. So let's go on over to the AL, Noah. You got the Tampa Bay Rays, of course. Tampa Bay still in the picture, going up against the Cleveland Guardians. Regardless what you think of the name change and everything, the Indians were cooking last year, and even with the name change to the Guardians, they still continue to cook. Tampa Bay, though, seems to continue to be unstoppable. However, I really like the Guardians in this. I like them so much. I would take them on a bet. I don't know what the odds are in front of me right now, but 2-0, just sweep them. I got the Guardians winning this 1-2. I really do.
See,
Just
I've
don't
got the
see it with
Rays
Tampa.
2-0 in this one.
Really?
I've got the Rays 2-0. I don't think the Guardians have what it takes to do it. Yeah, they've been the last month and a half of the season, but they also have been playing in the worst division in baseball.
True.
So
True.
I mean, they've been playing so many games this season against the Royals, the Tigers, who are two of the 5 worst teams, and the Twins, who have been absolutely slumping late, and the White Sox, who have been completely underperforming all season. I don't think the Guardians are that good. I think they're just playing in the worst of, like, they're things a shit mountain right now. So I don't have a whole lot of faith in them. The Rays have, performed worse than I thought they would this season, but I think Kevin Cash is going to have that all figured out. They're going to come out and, yeah, I think Rays 2-0. That's my pick, at least.
All right, we'll see what happens there. Noah, last game in the wild card weekend, last series, excuse me. That be the Mariners going to the Blue Jays. I've always had a problem with Blue Jays games because Canada still has all of their COVID vaccination rules and everything in place.
Nope.
And so what?
Lifted.
No shit, when?
Those have been lifted.
Oh, hell yeah.
A couple weeks ago.
Well,
maybe.
My head's apparently been buried in the sand, but I will take it. So then, take away any of my concerns. This is the Mariners. The Mariners have a young core. They did what every good young core does. They start off slow. They lose a lot of games in the beginning. They get hot after the All-Star break. They end up in the wild card and make a run. Noah, give me the Mariners in 3 games. I do think this goes to Sunday because the Blue Jays are too good to get swept in 2 games. But give me the Mariners game 2 and game 3.
Yeah, the Mariners obviously ending their 21 season postseason drought. And then after they did that, then the Phillies were next in line at, I think, 11 or 10 or 11. Phillies have now ended that. So now I think it's the Sacramento Kings now hold the longest postseason drought. But number 1 and 2 on that list, both ending it this season. Mariners 2-1. I like them. I like them 2-1 going into Toronto and taking that.
Yeah, I think it's Mariners all the way.
And that may be just fully. It's probably my pick on that is probably because I'm fully bought into the Mariners hype train right now. But we're gonna ride with it. We're gonna ride with it. So I got Rays 2-0, Cardinals 2-1, Mariners 2-1, and Mets 2-0.
Mariners country. Let's ride. Noah, I do have to mention one thing before we sign off. I did just see a report come across my desk that says the Mets are hoping to save DeGrom for the NLDS and not have to play him in the wild card. Does that change your opinions or your pick at all for the Mets over the Padres?
Not Mets over Padres, maybe for 2-0, but so what are they? They're playing Scherzer game 1
So Scherzer game 1,
because then he'll have enough rest to
pitch game 2
right
in the
because
NLDS.
I understand. I understand. Honestly, that is like energy by the Mets being like, we're gonna win this series no matter what, Padres. So we don't even need to play. What you said, Degrom or Scherzer?
It's
Degrom,
DeGrom they're hoping to hold off until the NLDS.
which means if it goes to a game 3, they're playing Degrom in game 3.
Yeah.
So
So you would
so
get
that means they're gonna.
Scherzer if
That means they're.
DeGrom. Sorry, go ahead.
So that what I'm getting from that is it means they're gonna play Scherzer game 1.
Yep.
They're going to try to save DeGrom so he can play game 1 because then Scherzer likely playing game 2 or 3.
You have Bassett go game 2 then for the wild card. And then do you trust?
Yeah,
Do you trust?
yeah, but like you. I mean, you win game 1 with Scherzer, like most likely.
Yeah.
And then if Bassett wins you game 2,
you're not worried. Yeah.
then you got only but like what 2 games rest. But then you play DeGrom, and then Scherzer's probably good to go game 2 of that series in the second round. So,
but what do you do if this goes game 3? Like, do you trust Carlos Carrasic to get that win, or do you go DeGrom?
if it's me, if you don't win game 2, you got to put DeGrom in.
You got to put him in. You got to put your ace in there.
And then, well, and then I don't even think that's that big of a deal, right? Because then you pitch 2 other pitchers game 1 and 2 when you're on the road, and maybe you get down 0-2, which sucks. You don't want to do that. But then pitch DeGrom and Scherzer at home games 3 and 4,
Yeah.
and then deal with it game 5 and see what happens. So I don't hate the decision. I think it's a decent decision. You only pitch 1 of the 2 of them in this first series.
Yeah.
And like I said, big dick energy. They're like, we don't even think the Padres are going to win this series, so we only need to pitch 1 of our 2 aces.
Hell yeah, you love the mentality. Noah, do you have anything else to say on the eve of Wild Card Weekend?
Hey man, I don't know that I'm gonna be watching this because there's gonna be plenty of football going on, but I will definitely be keeping eyes and tabs on it.
Yes, definitely. This is definitely a 2, 3, 5 TV weekend. You'll catch me at many different sports bars to make sure I can stay up to date with all of it. But with that being said, thanks for listening and watching. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. Help us quit our day jobs. And follow us on the socials. Hit the link tree in the description down below. Also has a link to our merch store. Check it out. And hey, support the D-Gens. We would really appreciate it. With that being said, I've been the Brofect1 AJ. That's the Money Train Noah. And we'll see you next time on Degenerate Takes.